Good morning and welcome to Erin's Tchotchkes. It is Saturday, October 3rd, bright and early in the morning. And our guest star today is the lovely Jordana Foster. And we had a minor technical glitch, and so Facebook didn't record my introduction. So this is the separate introduction so that when we hop in with Jordana, you know who we're talking to. Jordana is the owner of Ready, Set, Go Beyond, and she's a certified mindset coach, business strategist and trainer, and motivational speaker with the Jordan Maxwell team. One of the things I love most about Jordana is that she's a cheerleader for everybody. And she has the best energy, which you're going to see in this video. She helps people learn to communicate more effectively. She helps shift their mindset and unlock their full potential so that they can achieve optimum results in all of their goals. So join us now as we hop in to visit with Jordana so she can tell us about what she's been doing, share her tchotchke, and her favorite way to give back to the community.
What I allowed myself to do was to keep going and to keep putting myself out there. And what happened was my business grew in spite of what's happening. And I'm grateful to say that I have had more speaking engagements in 1 month in September, August, than I've ever had in 1 month. I had 4.
Oh, nice.
And I've never had 4 in just 1 month, big ones. I may have had 2 prior to this, or 3, but maybe they were smaller. And I also got international clients that I've coached virtually. So it allows, I really think that we need to look at how our challenges are limiting us, but they shouldn't, because they should be the reason why we do something, not why we don't do them, and to turn the obstacles into advantages. And that's what I coach and do my speaking engagements and my trainings on for collaboration. Like it was an aha. And if I don't live it myself, then I really can't fully, or, I've been trained and I'm certified and all of that. But like with you, when you have your own personal experiences, you can take your own stories, and people are saying, oh my gosh, how is your business growing at the level that it is? And you're out there and you're getting all, it's because I did all of this 6 months ago when this happened.
Right.
But it's showing, you're planting the seeds then. It didn't show up in March. It showed up in August and July and a little in June. And so that's what I want to encourage everybody who's struggling right now. You can't go back, and you can't feel bad about what you didn't do then.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people, I should have started, and I didn't do this, and I wish I had, and I should have, and I could have, stop it.
Yep.
And then say, okay, what can I do now? So that in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months, you said we're in October, and I love October for so many reasons. But one of the main things, and I did it with the Holistic Chamber and the Hollywood Chamber and so many other chambers, I do a talk on how to finish the 4th quarter strong. It's one of my favorite. I have several talks that I do. That's one of my, it's powerful. And it makes people think, and I'm actually doing this on my show on Tuesday, we still have time. We always have time. What are you going to do today to move that needle so that the end of the year, you feel good about what you've done? That don't look back and say, I didn't get to do. No. You need to do it now. So yeah, that's kind of what has really changed for me.
And one of the favorite things that I like to remind myself of, and I keep a little note in different places, is you can always begin again. So like whatever day it is, if you missed your workout, if you I don't know, you spent the day doing nothing and all you did was binge on Netflix, you can begin again. And it's not all for waste. It's not all the efforts you put in are not for naught, is what I'm trying to say.
You're absolutely right. And I love that. My dog wants to sit. And the other thing is, another way of saying what you just said, start where you're at. Start where you're at. Don't, so many times, and I work with my areas of expertise, my focus, my sweet spots are mindset, shifting that mindset, communication.
Yep.
Because we need that now more than ever. And that's really a huge focus for so many of my clients now because this virtual component. But, and obviously, you know, from a leadership standpoint, what we're doing, what we can do, even if we're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, you're still a leader, you're still impacting people. But we so much of the time compare or get to what someone else is doing, or we get frustrated with ourselves for what we're not doing. So what you just
that's the thing that always grabs me is that comparison. Like I see, oh my goodness. Yes, it's that.
All right, so I have a shift for you. I have a shift for you. Ready?
Okay, I'll take it.
And it helps me. Okay, and it helps my clients tremendously. So when you look, let's talk about that. So when you or I or anyone who's watching, when you see someone on Facebook and they're doing something you want to do, or they've accomplished something you want to accomplish, or whatever it might be, personally, professionally, financially, any of the areas, all of the areas, it doesn't matter. Instead, I'm giving you a big, instead of making it make you feel bad because you're not there yet, which we all do. I've been guilty of that too. Allow yourself to shift it and say, let it be the motivator. Instead of bringing you down, let that say, hey, you know what? That's what I want to do. And then let that be the impetus. Let that be what's going to push you to do more. If it's your, if it's your body, if it's from a financial standpoint, if somebody went on a trip that they're posting pictures from somewhere, that's a silly example, but it's a good example. How
did they get to Italy?
Okay, so look, they went to Italy and you want to go to Italy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? So put it on your vision board, and then there's steps. There's the mindset step. Instead of saying, oh, I wish I could go. Oh, I can't believe I don't have the money and I don't have this and I don't have the time and all of that. And the I don't want to, I can't, which I hate.
Oh, me too. You could if you wanted to.
So what do you, from the mindset to the action step. And that's where I bridge that gap, because that's the biggest gap.
It is.
Do all this talking, or we feel all these feelings, but then what are you doing to get yourself there? And so when you bridge that gap.
On the flip side, you may realize you don't really want that thing. Like once you map it all out, you go, well, wait a minute. I actually would rather, I can't think of something right now instead of a vacation, or instead of Italy, I would rather stay home and stay in the States and visit all of the national parks.
Right.
And it's just a different shift. Say, I don't really want A, I really want B, but then your vision becomes clear. And so you can really work towards those things. So the way we think about things is so important.
Yes, and it's all our mindset. So when we get clarity on it, so the first thing is not beating yourself up, not getting frustrated for what you don't have. And then if you take the action steps in order to do it, then you can decide and get very clear on whether, when you're in that place, then you can decide, oh yes, that is what I want to do. Or look, now I have the time, I have the money, now I can decide to, like you said, do the parks or do something else, or whatever it is that you want to attain. But so much of the time we're allowing our mindset to stop us, and then it becomes this huge, overwhelming thing that then you can't get out of. It takes a really long time to get out of because you've put yourself in there because you don't feel like you're deserving, which is a whole nother conversation with worth and everything. So, but that's why I'm a business coach, but however, even though business owners and business professionals and all of these executives are hiring me to help them. It's interesting to see when I do train them and coach them that a lot of the things that I train them on and coach them on trickles into their personal lives. And when they share that with me, so it's not like, okay, well, this is only for, I mean, I am not a life coach. However, and I do work on strategy and implementation, but the mindset and the communication are the key components of that, and then giving them the tools to succeed. But when they see that they can embrace that, then it trickles into all these other areas in the relationships they have. And so that's the exciting part of seeing how it all, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Jordana, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want to connect with you and talk a little bit more about mindset coaching and propelling people and their businesses?
Yes, so they can contact me several ways. So they can contact me for a discovery session. It's a 30-minute complimentary discovery session at readysetgobeyond@gmail.com. They can like and follow and message me on Facebook because they can see all my shows, and I do a lot of writing and quotes and videos and everything on Facebook at Ready, Set, Go Beyond. That's also my Instagram. And
as it should be.
That's right, because I want them to go beyond what they thought they could do, what they thought they could attain. And that's why I love that, because when you're in a race, you know, it's like, okay, ready, set, go. Where are you going? Like, where are you going? You're going straight. Go beyond. That's why I came up with that, and I was just like, that was one of my aha. I was just like, that's the name of my company.
Yeah, I love it. It also reminds me of in Wheel of Fortune, there's a puzzle category before and after, and it's like ready, set, and go beyond. Like you could be an answer on Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, I love that show. Yes, I will, because I like to see how people are with. Anyway, that, and then Jeopardy. My husband and I watch all the time, and you could see how much you know or really don't know. More what you don't know, to be honest. And then they can also contact me on my website, which is johnmaxwellgroup.com/Jordana Foster, and it shows all of the masterminds and the trainings and all of the different things that I offer to corporations and businesses. You know, it's entrepreneurs. It's you know, everybody right now, with all the challenges with technology and not being in person, even though people are now getting back more than ever, you know, wherever your comfort level is, it's fine. Just wear a mask and be careful. But the thing is, people are struggling with how they're communicating with their remote employees, how they're communicating with potential clients. How are you getting your clients? How are you connecting with your existing clients? How are you connecting right now? And so it's really important when people want to grow their businesses. They need to be shifting and pivoting, but they also realize that if you want to grow your business, you need to grow yourself first. And that is, you know, if anything is a takeaway, that needs to be, they need to invest, even though people are having a tough time right now. If you don't invest, or if you don't grow yourself now during all of what's going on, and don't look back and say, I should have done that. I should have gotten a coach. I should have done. Should
is a bad word.
And it's past, and should is a bad word. You're right. So what can you do now for you and your team, for your business? You need to invest in getting yourself to grow and to communicate more effectively so that you can grow your business. Your business grows to the extent that you do. So I love it.
So I will post all of Jordana's information, but so you can contact her easily. And if you want to drop in the word discovery, I can let you know. And you can also private message me if for some reason you're not seeing the link, and I will connect you with Jordana if you want to remain confidential. And so I'm dying to know. And Jordana, I know we're getting close on time. Are you good on time this morning?
I'm good on time.
Okay, perfect. Because I really want to hear about your tchotchke. And there was a moment in the tchotchke selection, and I really want to know about it.
Okay. So I was thinking about what the tchotchke was going to be, and I'm looking all over my house, and I'm trying to, think what would be relevant and resonate, and I found something last night, and then this morning I'm in the shower and I'm thinking about a million things, because I don't know about you, but water, whether you're in the pool or in the shower, there's something very powerful about the creative thoughts that, if you're very intentional, and I can't tell you how many times, and I almost hurt myself, how many times I've had to jump out because I had a thought that I really couldn't, for my business, for a coaching idea, for a lesson that I needed for myself, whatever, or my clients, and you could really hurt yourself. So anyway, this morning I got my aha, and it was sitting right on my bathroom vanity.
Okay.
So is it time for me to reveal?
It's time for you to reveal.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see this.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Do you see what it says?
It looks like a little, no, it says, it looks like a little pouch.
Yes. So it's a black velvet pouch. Okay. Okay. And a good friend of mine gave it to me years ago. And it has these little cards in it. But truthfully, it's not about the cards at all. So let me tell you why this is so important. And for me, and maybe a reminder for everybody who's watching. So I keep it on my bathroom vanity, and every morning before I brush my teeth and wash my face, I see this little gratitude pouch, and it's right near my pictures of my boys and my family. And obviously there's a mirror, and I'm looking in the mirror. So we need to, it's a reminder that it has to start with gratitude. And not that I needed that reminder, but it was amazing. Here I'm looking all over the house for something, and it was right there and so simple. And it was a message, obviously, it was a message that I needed to give you and your viewers, because, it's tough right now. Some people are suffering even more than others. And when you can find just one thing, and I think there's a lot more than one for the people that are in your life. Mm-hmm. And when we started talking, it was about, thank goodness we're healthy and safe and everything like that. Then it really changes how you're going to approach your day. And it really puts things into perspective and prioritizes everything else. And it makes you feel good, which we need to feel good.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love that it's in your bathroom and by the mirror, so that connection with your family, but that mirror of starting with having gratitude for ourselves and the work that we're doing for ourselves, because it's like that saying goes, if your cup is empty, it cannot overflow to help anybody else. And so taking care of ourselves and having gratitude for ourselves is so important.
So it starts with us.
Yeah, always.
If we don't feel good about ourselves, if we don't feel grateful for who's in our life and ourselves, then there's nowhere to move forward. So, what you said, you can't pour from an empty cup. We need to be filled up, but we need those reminders. And so the fact that I have it, and I didn't even realize until I just said it to you about having that mirror, it's just like all these really interesting things come out. The placement of things, the Tchotchkes that this is a wonderful name for your show. The placement of the things that bring us joy. Don't just hide them. Like, don't have them you can have them in a special place, but make sure that you see them every day.
I have things like pieces of art and things that I've hung in my closet, because I'm in that closet every day.
Exactly.
So I like them. They bring me joy. It's not like everybody might not want to see it and appreciate it, but I do. And so
but isn't that
put it where I see it, because if it's in a box, I guess I must not really like it that much if I don't see it.
Exactly. Have it be somewhere. You're not doing this for someone else. You're doing it for you. So put it in the places. I love that you have it in your closet.
My closet.
Put it, I wash my face and brush my teeth several times. So
Yeah.
put it somewhere that you're going to see it frequently, but it's going to bring you, make you feel really good. And feeling good is where everything has to be right now. We have to be really intentional about that.
And I think that's a beautiful place for me to ask you what your favorite way is to give back to the community.
Oh, so many ways. So primarily, even though there are a lot of nonprofits that, of course, I donate to and I have volunteered at, I speak at schools. I go and motivate. I really think that the kids need to hear it now. Not all of them are open. So I'm in, Aventura. So here the schools aren't open, but I have been, I go and I coach the kids and I've read to them. I've gone from middle schools to also, second graders and all different grades to really motivate and inspire them. And it's been such a gift there are so many stories that I could share with you about that one child that needed to hear something that I said. And actually, real quick, do I have a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Real quick, I was at a middle school and I was reading to, I think they were 8th graders. And one of the students came running. I left because I was seeing 5 classes that day. I was there for a long time. So I went and I'm walking with the principal out and we were going to talk. And this one student came running up to me and he said, Mrs. Foster, he said, how do I get that book? He said, that was so amazing. There were some things in there and I have a little brother and all of these things. And the book was like $18 and I did not want him spending it. And the book, just so you know, is called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn by John Maxwell. So I said, what was it that you enjoyed? And he told me these things. He said, look, I'm, the captain of the football team and everybody looks to me and there were so many things and that really, and I didn't think I got, you don't know who you reach.
No,
that was a huge takeaway for me. Okay. I left there like I was flying home. So, but that's not the best part of the story. So I said, absolutely. Give me your information. You're not buying this book because it was a lot of money and I knew that it would be an issue. And I said, but you have to promise that you're going to share it with your team and obviously your younger brother. He said, absolutely. It really, and thank you for your time. And he was so respectful. So I'm walking and talking with the principal and she told me, I can't believe what just happened. And I said, what? That he wanted to get the book? She said, no, not just that. She said, he's an amazing athlete, but he's one of our challenging students when it comes to behavior. We have a lot of challenges. He's one of the best kids on the team. He's obviously the captain, but in the classroom, he's very disruptive and everything like that. And we've had a lot of issues with him. And you got to him. And the fact that he came here out of the class, you don't know. Like I was crying, and I'm getting emotional now. But and then I went and brought him the book and signed it, and it was just, but when we have the power to reach and impact people, and that's why I do what I do. So to go to the schools and not know, I didn't know I was going to get emotional, and to not know who you can reach.
Absolutely.
With your words and with your time. There's another, so that was amazing, and I do it, and I'm looking to do it virtually. The other one charity I do want to call out that I've had on my show and that is amazing is the Mobile School Pantry. And they do an amazing job for students and their families that can't afford to get healthy food. Mobile School Pantry, I think, .org. And it's an amazing organization. If you can't donate, the money goes to getting fresh fruits and vegetables and food that they can't otherwise get. And they are amazing. And it's for the students. Because if you are not feeding your body, you and I are into, healthy food and eating. That's our lifestyle. But sometimes, a lot of times, people can't afford to to get the nourishment they need, and in order to really process information in school, you need to have a healthy diet.
Absolutely.
And so they do an amazing job. So, and I've volunteered with them and had them on my show many times. So that's another important thing.
I love that. I will post their information as well. And I appreciate you so much sharing that story, because so many people think of, when they're giving back to the community, donating money, and it doesn't have to be money, and it can be time, and that's what it's all about, is helping one person, because hopefully that boy helped his family, and just those words, that it's such a critical time in his life, because that age is so pivotal. That age. It's an amazing story.
And it touched my heart. Thank you. And the fact that when you give your time, and the fact that I reached, I had spoken to hundreds of kids that day, and he was the one who approached me. It doesn't mean I didn't reach the others, but he took that extra step, is what we started this conversation with, us taking that extra step. So if I hadn't gone that day, and he hadn't met me, and I didn't tell that story, and I didn't take the time, and I didn't give him that book, and he didn't read it and share it with his younger brother, and he didn't share it with the team, the football team, how many people wouldn't have been affected in a positive way? So we really undervalue the impact that we can make.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see, Jordana, I'm just going to check and see we have any questions. Anya Weinberg was joining us this morning.
Hey, Anya. And you know what? I think now that she called in, it was in Fort Lauderdale at a coffee shop, and it was Holistic Chamber.
It was Holistic Chamber, wasn't it? Yeah.
So thank you, Anya.
Yep, and my parents hopped on. They're my faithful watchers.
Oh, Erin's parents. You did a fabulous job.
And it's funny, because I don't, a lot of people catch this on the replay, and sometimes I say, oh my goodness, I come on there, I'd wake people up in the morning, I'd drag my friends on Saturday morning, and then someone will say to me, who I haven't talked to in ages, like, I watch your show every week. And I go, oh, so even though they may not be commenting and engaging and all of the things that we look for in, social media and instant gratification, Jordana, I'm confident that your message is reaching more people today. So,
thank you so much.
Tomorrow, and on the replay, and on my YouTube channel, and all the things. So
wonderful. Thank you. It's wonderful to be able to be here with you, and I love your energy and what you do.
Thank you.
And I want to also let people know that they need to, we were talking about being healthy, and Miss Erin is incredible, and you need to really book your massages with her, because I work from a mindset standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. But that's one of the ways that we detox. You detox your thoughts, and Erin helps you detox your body with a massage. So how do you like that little segue?
I do, and I love it. And that leads me right into the fact that just starting in October, I launched a special package, which I don't do a lot, but it's buy 3, save $30. And so I'll put the link so you can get some more information. They're available to purchase in October, and you can use them through the end of the year, but I'm only offering them for sale for a limited time. So I will put that information below if everybody hasn't seen it already. And that's what I've got going on. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
I also have a Spotify. My son set me up with Spotify. So I am on, and I'm also on YouTube for people who want to listen and watch the videos. A lot of people are working out, hopefully now, and you can listen to any of the segments, because I really think we need to be plugged in with the thoughts we're having, because there's so many negative things going on right now that we really need to be obviously more focused and intentional about what we're allowing to come in. Yeah. So
is the Spotify also Ready, Set, Go Beyond?
Yes.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. Jordana, thank you
so much,
for joining
Erin.
me this morning. It's been a pleasure. Have an amazing weekend. Everybody, thank you for joining me again, and we will see you next week.
Thank you so much, Erin. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.